Okay. We're good. We're good now. Okay. Thank you. You missed the Faith No More. You missed the Faith No More. So we're good now. I see the little bar moving. Little hiccup. Didn't have to restart. We're back. We're back. I said hi to everybody. Let me just say hi to everybody again. Let's do the romper room thing. We got Mark. We got Kevin. We got Patty. We got Ray. We got Russell. We got Phil. We got Ron. Andrew. Yes. Dave. Phil. Look at all these people. Sean's here. Sean, I got to email you back. I apologize. I've been busy. I don't know if you saw my newsletter, but I've had some stuff. I've had some stuff going on. Kevin was asking, family is out and I'm a bachelor tonight. So naturally I want to lay on the couch and watch a movie. Any suggestions for something like The Ritual? I saw The Ritual. It was pretty cool. It's pretty creepy. I'm not really current on movies because, if you're on my channel, then books are my thing, my primary thing. Well, lately it's my only thing. For Father's Day, I watched Evil Dead 2 with some of my family. And the eye rolls were evident. You're watching the movie and I could hear it. Like I was sitting in a different chair and I could hear it on the couch. Just the eyes rolling because it is cartoonish. If you haven't seen Evil Dead 2, it is like the Three Stooges and Looney Tunes meet zombies. And it's very comical, slapstick, physical humor, pratfalls, all that stuff. And it's over the top, and it's wonderful. It's a brilliant movie. Love it. Sam Raimi is a god. Sam Raimi and the Coen brothers, actually, they used to all live together. You didn't know that, did you? See, I can go into movies. I can talk movies, but I don't know. I don't have a recommendation for Kevin. I'm hoping the group does. I'm hoping the group has it and can give some suggestions for a movie for Kevin in the vein of The Ritual. And I will say, the only thing that comes to this old dude's cranium is Blair Witch, because The Ritual, they hike. Go see Midsummer. I didn't see that. I want to see it. It's A24. A24 movies are awesome. And I wanted to see Midsommar, but I didn't. So that strikes me. Rituals. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you think. Christopher Bowers is here. I didn't say hi to you. Mr. Weapon is here, man. Do I need my book fix? You need a book fix. You guys know how to get... You guys have your own hookups. You guys know how to get hooked up with book fixes. JFC, did you F up again? Go get the kid for help. I didn't even need him. All good. New job and all. When you get a chance. Yeah, new job. That's, yeah. If you read my really bleak news. The way I want to deliver the news, a lot of people are like, hey, I'm happy to do this. Here you go. It's like all like you're at a baby shower or something. You're like all celebratory, these events. I want to go dark route. What does a new job entail? The new job entails my old buddy who always rides shotgun, Mr. Imposter. Always there. He's there right now. He's on the couch. He's on a chair over there looking at me going like, this is content. He's looking at his thing like, you got to fill some time, man. He's like going like this, like, and then he does this like a lot, And it's hard because I'm trying to talk and think, and I got him over there. So I wanted to do a darker. Evil Dead 2 is in my top 10. You know damn well it is. Finished Dune reread. Okay, Christopher. Way to rub it in. Hey, Mike's here. Good to see you. Good to see you. No, that was not in the Duff Bucket. Mike is old school. Haven't done Duff Bucket in a while. Something in the Dirt is great, but also not like The Ritual. Evil Dead 2 is amazing. It is. And I got to say, if you watch a beloved movie with new people, right? They weren't there when the movie was brand new. They weren't your team, your crew, whatever, when you were younger and you first experienced it. They're not going to get it. You kind of like see it through their eyes and you're like, wow, There's a possibility somebody might not like this. It seems inconceivable. Evil Dead 2, Roadhouse, Big Lebowski, Dead Alive. Those are movies that I really don't want to, I won't hear criticism about. Unforgiven. And then Braveheart. Braveheart I used to watch all the time. Love that movie. Those are like the movies, the 6 movies or whatever that you can't, there's nothing you could say bad about them. I saw Evil Dead Rise. Not the same. Not the same. They try to do the homage to the eyeball eating. You know, the eyeball pops out. They try to do the things that everybody loved about Evil Dead 2, but it was a totally different thing. Like that movie's done. That movie was done. That movie stands as an icon of horror films. Don't try to redo it. Do something new. You know what I'm saying? New old job, yeah. The same old boss, same as the new boss. FYI, since Jeff lied to us and said he was going to read June, I have read the original 6, then the first 6 prequels, and currently on the 7th. I'm going to read it. I'm going to finish it. I will. I promise you. I mean, do I foresee any change in my take on it? No. Less than 2 months until Fracassi Fest. Yes. You're good, but it's not cool. Serafina and the TJ set are still not sold out. I know. I've got to get that TJ. I got to get that Tyler Jones set. Working on it, trying to get back into the fiscally responsible adult mode. It's kind of crawling. I'm crawling back into it. So that's fine. But yeah, Serafina is not sold out ridiculously enough. And then Tyler Jones, that 4 set. Look, I mean, come on, right from the author. And you guys all got there last time. And it is. It's like, I think, why aren't these things sold out? I like them. Why aren't they sold out? I didn't buy the Divine Comedy, and that sold out. That sold out. That was a $900 book, and it sold out the day it was published. We're going to rock down to Electric Avenue, Pizza Giraffe. That is like way before your time. Way before Mitch's time. Andrew, I totally forgot about Antlers. Great story, great actors, good recommendation. Oh, but for real, if you like The Ritual, I think you will like Antlers. Wow. If you want something slow, foreign, I also recommend Lamb. Lamb's another one. You know what really had me like messed up for a couple of days was The Lighthouse. Robert Eggers' Lighthouse. Oh, man. Braveheart is great fiction. It is not, yes, it is not, I would not say Braveheart is historically accurate. Oh, man. Robert the Bruce, who's like in the movie as a bad guy with an epiphany, right? Is like one of Scotland's greatest heroes, Robert the Bruce. And Braveheart turns him into a little bitch compared to William Wallace. So it's, yeah, I don't care about the accuracy. I'm not a guy sitting here with a history degree. I really don't care how accurate it is. I just liked it. Really it has themes, right? It has tyrannical government, oppression, prima nocta, and it has like avenging a loved one, and it's a guy just trying to live a simple life, just trying to be short and stout in Scotland with my long hair and my woman, like it's just what I want to do. It's what I'm going to be. Just leave me alone, me and my special lady friend. And then the government has got to come in and like be English on their asses. And so these are all, common themes that we all wrestle with every day. We're going to get to taxes. Oh, we're going to talk about taxes today. A little bit. And also, I need you guys to talk me down from something. not a rant, but a stupid move that I'm contemplating. I don't know why, but I'm contemplating a stupid move. Stone Cold Crazy, that is a, what is it? That is a Queen song covered by Metallica. That's how I know it. I liked Evil Dead Rise. It wasn't great, but it was good. Yes. Not disappointing like the new Hellraiser. Yes. I agree. I think Alyssa Sutherland did a great job being creepy AF. There were some things I didn't like about it, but overall, I like the premise, and I like the execution. Could have been better, but yes, it could have been far worse. It's just that opening scene with the scalping. Oh, jeez. Come on. A guy can only take so much. It is my noble right. Yeah. Your lies are empty. You mean less than nothing to me now. I don't know if you're taught. What are you taught? What are you? Is that a quote from a movie? My hate will die with you. It's one of my favorite lines in the movie. That TJ set isn't sold out yet. It will be. I got to buy one. Then it'll be sold out. Queen is such a good band. Lighthouse is epic. I am so excited for Eggers' Nosferatu, starring the perpetually weird Bill Skarsgård, who did Pennywise. Now he's Nosferatu. He's the Crow. I guess any role that needs the actor to not be recognizable as like a human being. Although he was in John Wick 4, and I think he was probably the best part of that movie. His acting, anyway. I think he's a good actor. And I can imagine how frustrating it must be if his roles all demand that he wears makeup and he's unrecognizable. But I am excited for Nosferatu as well. So, good evening, Lance. We're going to talk about you, Lance. Probably just do whatever it is. Great band, great song. Yes. Folio is selling that limited cool 1984 next week. Yeah, I saw that. I think Folio's trying to get more into the limited edition game, and I think everybody complains when they do. I don't know. You want it? You're going to get that? I don't know. I wouldn't get it. I have the Suntups, I think, getting off the Suntup train and really scaling back my purchases has made me question a lot of my past purchases and the things that I'm like so geeked to get. Like I've become so much more selective. It is by necessity, but it's also sort of liberating that you're like, I don't have to buy every pretty thing that comes by. It's like it does bother me that I didn't get How to Sell a Haunted House or the Pallbearers Club from those SST sets because I have all the other ones. And it's like the completist in me is like, you're so close. You just need one more volume. But at the same time, I've never read a Grady Hendrix. And I'm not crazy about Paul Tremblay. Like, I like him. I think he's a great author. And he's got some talented storytelling. And I love what he did with Head Full of Ghosts and Cabin at the End of the World. But there's just something not, like, delicious about his stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a good meal, right? You're like, oh, this is good stuff. I like it. But it's just not tasty. Like, you read a Philip Fracassi. You read a Tyler Jones. I'm reading a Tyler Jones right now. It's excellent. And I can't say what it is, right, Mitch? I can't say what it is, but I think it's excellent. And it is, it's tasty. You want to get back. You're like, oh, it's like junk food, And Paul Tremblay just isn't tasty. Grady Hendrix may be, I don't know. But I just couldn't justify continuing on with purchases of an author I've never read when, like the Tyler Jones set is sitting there. But also the tide had gone out for me at that point, and we were just all looking around and trying to scrape together some seashells. You know what I'm saying? Like for shelter and clothing. You could wear seashells. You could. I got the Tups, which is fine with me. You got the Tups. I'm excited for by the next quarter Suntups if the guesses are right. Yeah. After American Gods, I may jump off the Suntup train depending on what is going to be released afterward. Rave reviews for the new Tremblay. I'll be reading it soon. Yeah, what was that? Last horror movie or something like that? Yeah, I don't think we could say what it is. No, we're not. After 3 years on the Suntup number train, I feel liberated that I jumped off last month and have $1,400 and have saved $1,400 on 2 books I was not interested in. It's okay to break the rules, yeah. The first month feels weird, but then it's so refreshing. Yeah, but when 1984 is one of your top books you reread, always contemplate getting a new Yeah, no, that's fine. If that's your jam, then, go for it. Definitely. Yeah, this next quarter for the Suntups, I now know what they all are. I made a guess earlier on Suntup's fan page before I knew what they are. And damn, this is going to be the one book in this quarter coming up that I absolutely must have is probably going to be impossible for me to get. It's the July book that I absolutely have to have. Thankfully, I will probably, I will definitely be able to get a classic edition. I will definitely get that one. So I will have a version of that book, but I bet you I will not be able to get the numbered. I can't imagine there will be an opportunity for me to get the numbered, considering August. August is going to blot out the sun, and it's just not going to be. There will be rights and markups are going to come back for July, definitely. So this quarter is a solid quarter. I don't know how you're going to feel about it, Phil. I don't know if you're going to be... I don't know how you feel. But I think once you're not, beholden and absolutely... it hurt me to pass on Psycho, Kin, and Winterset Hollow. By the way, Eye of Manos, I don't know if you're here. Holy shit, please tell me you got that book back. Oh my God, please tell me you got that book back. I was sick to my stomach. I got an email, which is good. I'm going to bring it up now. I got an email from somebody, Eye of Manos, who said, "Hey, did you get that book I sent you?" I'm like, "No, I didn't get the book." He goes, "Well, I sent it to the address you have in your newsletter." I'm like, "Oh my God, no, please." That address was just set up for notary and legal reasons. It's not an address where I can receive packages at. I didn't pay for that service. So anything that goes there is just going to get bounced. And so I called where that address goes. I'm like, "Hey, did you guys get a box for me?" Oh my God. They're like, "No, we don't have anything here." And by the time I found out, it was Thursday. And he said the package got there on Monday. So that's all that time went by. So hopefully they just wrote a big return to sender on there, dropped it back in the mail, and we're good. And that it went back, and I will pay for shipping. I will reimburse. I feel horrible. So that brings me to the PSA. Don't send things to that address. If you do want to send me things, reach out. Let me know. We'll work something out. Or I will let you know when I have a bona fide P.O. box set up that I can accept mail at. So, holy shit. A big apologies to Ive Manos. And, oh, there you are. USPS tracking says it is being returned. Have not received it back yet. Thank God. Thank God. No, man. I'm so glad. Oh, and to be honest, like, it would have been me that was out, right? So, it wouldn't have hurt you. But the gesture is still deeply appreciated no matter what. Like, it is so awesome and humbling and moving. And I'm so very grateful. And losing out on that package, if that had disappeared and not been seen again, I'm glad it would have just been me that suffered. Because it's not like money changed hands and things were like you were going to get screwed out of anything. So that made me feel a little better, but holy shit. Oh, man, I was sick. I felt so bad, so stupid. And I blame myself. So trust me, it's all on me. This is 100% on me. Oh, let's see. What are we saying? What are we saying here? Where are we at? Horror movie, yeah. When the hell is Hans coming back? I don't know. I wish he would. Just come on. The stool is still sitting there. I got the little reserved tent right in front of his spot. Come on back, Hans. We'll pour you a cold one. Show up, dude. You know? Looking forward to Swan Song. That's what Tim said. Tim from It's Terrific. I would absolutely love a Swan Song. I would probably absolutely need to buy a Swan Song. Probably. Oh, speaking of books that are absolute bangers, Project Hail Mary is a maze. He's bringing up... Is that sci-fi? Is that fantasy? Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And I have an Andy Weir signature. I think that's on my Dark Matter, right? Didn't he sign Blake Crouch's Dark Matter? What if Project Hail Mary becomes a Suntup release? Man, I wish your guess for the Suntup Lonesome Dove was right. Let me just say this. Let me walk a line. I guessed that it was Lonesome Dove before I knew for sure what all the titles were. That's all I'm going to say. I will neither confirm nor disconfirm that title. You'll find out soon enough. But I was going on what wasn't it, Pulitzer Prize winning, #1 most requested, and I had seen everybody request Lonesome Dove. So that's what I put together. I'm not good at math, but I can add 1 and 1. I remember 37th anniversary of Swan Song, exactly what we need with eye roll is what Steve Dwayne Ellison Jr. says. And I will say, and I've got to take the opportunity, I will say, I'm someone who holds this on my shelf, Swan Song. I'm someone who holds this, the sub-press edition. And knowing what I know now, I would have bought the lettered. And I'm way overdue for a reread. So I have this one. Oh, what else do I have? Hold on. I also have this paperback I had since I was 15 years old. It's all ripped up. But I still had the man sign it in 2022, even though it's all beat up. Look at that. This is a beloved book. So I have the first edition paperback signed. I have the sub press edition. I would need yet another one. Yes, I would. I remember the beginning of Suntup. You could jump off the train and then jump back on whenever you wanted. That didn't last long. No, that was right at the beginning. The road didn't sell out right away. Rosemary's Baby didn't sell out. Yeah, there were some titles. I think I was one of the first 25 to buy Haunting of Hill House because Misery came out, and I'm like, oh my god, I missed Misery, the numbered edition, by a minute. My browser wasn't cooperating with the website, and had I used Safari, I would have a Misery on my shelf, and then every other number after that would be matching that Misery. But I didn't. So I'm like, I'm going to remedy this. And the next month when he announced Haunting of Hill House, I was there. And I bought the moment it went live. And I got the planchette. And then 23 was my number for years. I held that number. Boom, 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 boom. All the way down the line. I did get one lifeline. And after that, I stayed on. But people were, able to pick and choose. But I think it all changed with Red Dragon. I mean, that was a game changer, I think. I didn't think July was going to be popular unless there's an alternate guess. Wait. Oh, no. Wait. So we're, okay. I'm sorry. July, I need the August book, right? It's September. Yes. September is the Supernova title. September is the title that will blot out the sun. And sorry, I got my months wrong. July is the number one most requested Suntup book when he did the survey. That's the one I guessed before I knew the correct... before I knew the answers, the titles, I guessed Lonesome Dove. And so that was July. And then August is the book I will absolutely need, and I probably won't be able to get a numbered edition because September is going to blot out the sun. And that's just my grief burger, you know? You know what I'm saying? Even if I had funds to make sure I could get that August title by buying Divine Comedy, that ship has sailed. That's gone. I think we're locked in now. I think people may be on a rights train up until September. So I think we're going to see a blackout like we haven't seen from Suntup in some time, where the titles are on lockdown, and you'll get maybe 5 or 6 available for the pre-sale. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. I thought Divine Comedy would not sell out like it did. A $900 book that's more literary than genre. I mean, it's not exactly a neat fit for the majority of the customer base, but it's sold out, and I don't know if that's all rights driven concern over the titles that were dangled in front of us. There's 2, American Gods and Hellbound Heart. So, but July is the number one. So I think Suntup's August book will eclipse Blood Meridian. No, I think September as well. Okay, let me pull it up, like, because I'm getting it all. I'm getting my months wrong. News. What do we got? And then we got announcement schedules. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. So let's share it. Let me share my screen. Let me do that. So yeah, this is July to September. So the July book is, the book won a Pulitzer Prize. It was the number one most requested non-genre book. The book is available in 3 states, lettered, numbered, and artist. So that's a number one title. So I'd imagine demand is strong for this. And I got to say, like, if it's the number one most requested, there are a lot of people that want it. I personally would not be champing at the bit to get this book. This isn't in my... I believe I have read the book. The book is brilliant. Just not my bag. And then August is an epic masterpiece that won the Bram Stoker for Best Novel. Despite what the title might suggest, it would not be his last. In one of our surveys, this novel ranked within the top 5. This is the book I need. I'm going to get the classic. It's available lettered, numbered, and classic. Lettered is 26, of course. 250 copy numbered print run. That is going to be locked down because of September. Have you guessed it yet? Winner of the Hugo, Nebula, Locus, SFX, and Bram Stoker Award for Best Novel. This fantasy novel was an instant classic upon publication. And it's going to be Roman numeral, lettered, numbered, and classic. All states are letterpress. Also included are 2 sequel novellas by the author. So this is going to be a banger, and it will blot out the sun in August. Everybody, I mean, this is still a top 5 book for the survey. I guarantee I put this book on the survey myself. So it's a big book. People are still going to be looking over its shoulder at September, and they're going to want to lock down September. So, where am I at? I know I'm missing someone. I know I'm missing some comments. There's a lot of comments I'm missing. Yes, I'm not interested in any of the titles in the next quarter. Jumping back on the train at some point in the future may not be too difficult. Yeah. I love Project Hail Mary. I can't wait to get my broken binding copy. Swan Song is a must-have book, right? For me, Swan Song would be a must-have book. The money saved could buy me multiple titles off the secondary even. Yeah. I mean, yes, you're going to be able to get back on that train. If these 3 titles that everybody's guessing, I've seen guesses for the first book. I've seen Beloved guessed. I've seen To Kill a Mockingbird guessed. There was another one. I don't remember what was guessed for the next month. But yeah, I mean, I think you're going to be able to get once this quarter is over with. But I don't know what the quarter after that's going to have lined up. I have the DH and Subpress. I have the Dark Harvest and Subpress Swan Songs. I don't need another. And that's Ron. Ron agrees with you, Stephen Wayne Ellison Jr. Took me almost 18 months to get my last tup. Yeah. Unlike CD, most will show up in less than a year. Most. Received Ghost Story today. Bow down. Oh, that book is gorgeous. Congrats. Congrats to you, Stephen Wayne Ellison Jr. I was hoping and feeling Swan Song was coming. That was my first McCammon and thought it rocked majorly. It's amazing. It is. It is. Absolutely. I put forth Lonesome Dove 2, but some seem to think it's To Kill a Mockingbird. I do hope it's the former. So he hopes it's Lonesome Dove. Hey, Jay Stones, good to see you. That's why I was confused why Jeff was so excited for July. I can't imagine him being so excited for To Kill a Mockingbird. Do you all think I'll have a legit opportunity to buy American Gods on the website? I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's say it goes like this. Let's say the July title comes out and people are like, oh, it's the number one requested title, but 5-6 people pass on it. So then it comes to August. But so those 5 or 6 people who pass on it, they'll buy up those copies when it goes to the public. And then the same thing might happen for, I almost said the title of the book, for August. The same thing could happen where maybe a few people pass. But the people who do clean up on that August title know they're going to have something to barter with come September. So you're going to get a lot of Bilbo Baggins not wanting to let go of that ring. You know what I'm saying? Gollum's going, my precious. They're going to know that they have something with the chance to buy the September book. They're going to have a flipper. You know, they're going to be drawn to the flip side. Definitely. Full disclosure, if I am so lucky as to be able to score an August numbered edition, I will pass on September. I won't go the scalper route. I won't go and say, damn, I got a good thing going here. But you know what? Even as I'm talking about it, I got a little voice whispering going, seriously, man? You could score retail price book that's going to go crazy. Oh, one score. Just one score, Jeff. Just get that one score. Man, just wouldn't it feel good? Just that one score, and it'll make up for all those Suntups you had to pass on. See how it happens? It's the whispering. It's the whispering. You know, I mean, I'm only human. So I think it'll be very, very tough to get an American Gods whenever that happens. My ghost story showed up today also. What a great looking book. Jared just dropped my ghost story off at the post office today. When I get back on the train for Suntup, my ghost story showed up. What a great looking book. One of Centipede's best books. Yes. When I got back on the train for Suntup, I ended up with number 36. Booyah! Booyah. What did I do, Mark? What nice try. Am I the only one with no video? Yes. It's working for me. You may want to refresh the page. You know, I'm going to go back to just me here. But plenty will be available on the fans page soon after they go for sale. That would be the shame thing. You know, I mean, that's... Divine Comedy got the fans page pretty messy. So much contention between people. I know. And it's weird because it's still sold out. So I don't even know what it was. I don't even know what the problem was. Anyone going to check out the Conversation Tree Press ding sale tomorrow? I didn't even know about it, Brandon. Thank you for bringing that up. Dinged sale. Conversation Tree Press, you say? I think I was on their newsletter, and I no longer am. I don't remember. I'm going to start talking like this. I don't remember. So a dinged sale for Conversation Tree Press. Thank you for bringing that up. That's some good news. I'm 3/4 of the way through Boys in the Valley. Thanks for the nightmare. Is that Philip? You could thank Philip. He's excellent for nightmare material. My bad. I'm at September. Yeah, I don't think most requested equals sellout, especially if the list is old. Look at Amityville. I know, but it's a solid quarter. I mean, it's stacked. So I think people with the hype from me and Paul saying about how it's a number 1 and then the number 5, and then I think September again is going to be a huge title. So people are like thrumming with energy like we haven't seen in a while. And I can't imagine, like, with a power quarter like this, I can't imagine what other titles Paul has in the works that are coming. But it doesn't equal a sellout. And there are people that will back out, but I don't know. Do you all see the Boys in the Valley and Sign Limited page for $350? Has some damage, but don't look too bad. Oh, someone's selling a Boys. I think July may be To Kill a Mockingbird. I think you may be right. I agree, Lance. People are thinking it is. Beloved is a genre book. Is it? I didn't realize that. Of these books, Swan Song is the one that interests me the most. I'll be checking out my local library, though. It's a great book, Rob. It is a great book. It's Swan Song is, I read this 2 or 3 times. Love it. Way overdue for a reread. Beloved book. And highly recommend. I would say I liked it as much or maybe better than The Stand. Time to move on. Next topic. Okay, Jeff, you should score a retail price book that is going to go crazy. Just do it. I know I shouldn't. Don't tempt me, man. You're like the devil. Wait until you read A Child Alone with Strangers. You'll have more nightmares. My God, you are right, Mr. Weapon. When you compare, like, Boys in the Valley was deep and heart-wrenching and real tense. But for horror, I have to give it to Child Alone with Strangers. That was especially the sequel. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Not that it would, but there's a passage in the book that, man, it's so creepy. It is creepy and scary. So yeah, definitely. I think that is a scarier book. About 3/4 of the way through, you like it darker, and I'm hugely disappointed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. Again, I didn't even bother buying it. I feel like a hypocrite or I feel like an idiot. You buy the books and you're like, it's Stephen King, and I've been a fan for so long, but it is just disappointment. Seeing you say that bums me out, man. Was Rattlesnakes any good? Well, I'll try for American Gods. If not, I'll settle for the Folio Society edition, American Gods, and Unsani Boys. I've actually never read Swan Song. I heard it's better than The Stand, though, which is one of my faves. It's wilder than The Stand. The Stand is actually more realistic. Like, you could see The Stand. There are supernatural elements of The Stand, but there's more crazy, fantastical elements of Swan Song. And again, I have not read it in decades, at least 20 years. So, way, way overdue. But it stuck with me. You know what? I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not. But I was going to make one more connection with this book and The Stand. But then I realized I'd be giving away the ending of The Stand, so I'm not going to do that. I'm about the same place, and only one story I didn't like. Okay, mixed bag, man. Mark, I found Rattlesnakes to be the biggest disappointment so far. Too much buildup. Oh, it's hard when you have Cujo, which is a brilliant book. It's a lot better than I gave it credit for way back in the day. You're like, oh, it's a rabid dog story. It is more than that. It is really Stephen King's Jaws. No two ways about it. There are so many similarities, so many parallels between Jaws and Cujo. And I think that they are That would be a great double feature to read if you want to read 2 books back to back. Like, I just finished Rattlesnakes and find myself talking myself into finishing the book. Wow. Haven't read that yet. It's soon. The ending to Cujo slaps. You're damn right it does. Cujo was much better than the movie version. Oh, of course. I mean, the book is always better. So, once in a while it's not, but that's the exception that proves the rule. Fight Club, I've never read the book, but Chuck Palahniuk says the movie's better than the book. And The Mist, the movie The Mist, is better than the short story. But other than that, no. But it's depressing, yeah. He sort of pulls a mashup with another one of my King books in the story, and it didn't work. I am taking a stand on not buying New King, even though I loved his early and mid books. I wouldn't do that. I mean, it's your choice. I am doing it purely on the sense that it's like watching Michael Jordan play for the Sox. When he did that, when he went to play for the White Sox, it kind of breaks your heart. You're like, you're, and he is. Nobody can ever diminish his legacy in basketball. That guy, I mean, I'm not a basketball fan, and I still marveled at his gameplay. And I watched them when they were in the finals and all that. The finals. But, it's sort of like, yes, you have every right to continue writing. You have every right to create art and do this stuff. But it's kind of diminishing your legacy. Like Quentin Tarantino said, he's making 10 movies. And they're like, why 10? He goes, 10. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to be the guy who says, I got one more. He goes, no, I'm cutting it off. I have 10. I'm going to do 10. That's my goal. And I'm not going to be that guy who just keeps making movies because he can. He's like really worried about his legacy. And I don't necessarily agree with that approach either. Like, I think Quentin Tarantino should continue making art. He should continue doing, what the fans want and, enjoying himself. You can put it in neutral and kind of coast if you want. Like, that's what I think Stephen King's doing. You lose that magic and that compulsive energy. That's fine. It's sort of like, yes, this is the arc of Stephen King's career and everything here. You can kind of section that off and say, that's just for the fun and the joy of the reading experience. And sort of like you're going to get little sparks of that once brilliant star. But it's not going to be, the same. Just like Toby Keith saying, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Hillbilly logic. And so you got that in Stephen King. You're gonna get some sparks of that. And who am I, right? Who am I? The guy's a giant. And we can all sit here and second guess. But it does sort of, and you see that with a lot of people, like Mr. Weapons here, who went and said, early to mid, I loved. Everybody's chunking it off and not looking at the whole career as an entity. It's like, no, this is early King. This is mid King. This is post like near-death King, Everything he wrote after Bag of Bones and stuff. So it's interesting, and that's fair. But it does kind of like, man. Fight Club, the movie, is basically the book. They are very similar. But the ending, according to Palahniuk, you try hitting a curveball. You're right. Tarantino put himself into a corner, the moron. He just scrapped his 10th film? I didn't know that. I think I'm morphing to Hans in his absence. It's an entity, It's an entity. And it's got to go to somebody. We need that. We need that check of balance of bullshit. You know, like I'm the one with the microphone. You guys got the chat, and I love hearing. But like what I'm saying is getting recorded into this, and like that's what a lot of people will hear. You guys got to be that power balance. You guys got to knock the legs out from under me if I get to. But I'm never wrong. But I like tap dancing around truth. Sorry, I just disagree. King is aptly named. Love him or not, he's still the 300-pound gorilla of modern publishing. Yep. He was the 800-pound gorilla, but now he's just 300. Mark, what story didn't you like so far? The tedious reported found body one? Sorry, King is just pushing out pulp now. He's like a Patterson with all these releases. Enough. I would not go that far. Patterson doesn't even write his own books. He does chapter outlines, has ghostwriters and stuff. At least that's my understanding. King, at least I believe he is sitting down and writing because the guy probably, you know, that's the way the river flows, and he's flowing with the river. He either scrapped it or he wants to start it from scratch. Either way, I don't see Tarantino releasing anything in the next 5 years. Nope, I love that story. That's funny, the found body story. At least King didn't get to the point where someone else is doing the writing based on an outline for him. That's Patterson. Exactly what I was saying, Lance. You gotta, I mean, yeah, it's all him, you know, at least as far as we know. The one with the guy that's kidnapped. I keep getting ads for the new Patterson Crichton book. Really, I felt it played on The Outsider way too much. The reported dead body thing. Yep. Yeah, the one with the guy that's kidnapped. I mean, I got to read The Institute, Billy Summers, The Outsider. I mean, there's a lot that I haven't read. I did read Fairy Tale, and it was like you're like, oh, come on, man. Michael Jordan's taking the court, and then he's like, okay, he doesn't have the spunk he used to, and you're still rooting for him, and it still brings a tear to your eye. You see that number 23 out there. And that's kind of how it was for King. I was rooting for him so hard, and then, you know, that book, when it was done, just kind of decayed in my memory, and I realized what I was left with was a tearjerker about a guy, a boy, an old man, and the dog is really the story. Once you get to the shed part of Fairy Tale and it gets to the fairy tale part of Fairy Tale, just close it. You've already read the best parts. It's stupid inside there. It is stupid and empty. And that's where I thought the book was just going to go into a whole other gear and just like really lay that rubber and just burn it and really take the whole story to a new place. And it didn't. It actually had me pining because for the first bunch of the book, I'm like, okay, we get it. This old man's a curmudgeon, but the boy comes to love him, and they have this dog in common. And okay, can we get to the monsters or whatever is in the shed? Can we do that? Can we move it? And then you get to it, and you're like, I'll take the old dog, and the old guy back. I'll take that back. I don't even like the Something Wicked This Way Comes carnival wheel bullshit. Like, that even was bad. I didn't plan on ranting about King. Speaking of you never being wrong, Jeff, what idea are we trying to talk you out of? I don't know. You're not. I mean, what? What idea are we trying to talk you out of? Am I missing something? Seriously. I responded to, you guys write stuff, and I go into these blather sessions, and then I look back. Yes. You want to see that? Yes. Okay, you guys have to talk me out of this. How long has Crichton been gone? Didn't expect to see his name on anything new. Take the money for New King and support those struggling authors we like. Yes. No, that's true. Don't buy King. Buy Tyler Jones. Buy Philip Fracassi. Buy Chad Lutsky. Keelan Patrick Burke. Maybe it did a little, but it really held my interest. I cared about the guy. You mentioned some idea. Yeah. Sorry, I had to bounce for like 30 minutes. You didn't miss shit. You guys got to talk me out of this. Why am I even tempted remotely at this? Today we are offering an exclusive Cemetery Dance tote bag. I got to close this stuff up, man. Okay, hold on. Anyway. So you can buy a tote bag. Why don't I just click on this? Oh, hold on. Let's go back. Wait. You could buy a tote bag. You get memorials. You get a tote bag and a free hardcover. Why do I want the tote bag? Why do I want this? Why do I think this is cool? Why is this something that maybe it's like I would want? It's just, I mean, it's going to be easy. You're just going to say, seriously, dude? Because part of me wants to read memorials and trash it, if it's worth trashing, and then have this CD tote bag for fun, and like go to Fracassi Fest with my CD tote bag, and a random whatever hardcover. Why? Tell me about this. Explain to me. Holy shit, dudes. I just bought that, boys. I am so damn stoked. I've been looking for an affordable copy of that for a year. $3.50, not bad. Congrats, Mike. Mike, I might... Here, you know what, Mike? I have a little bit of Ardbeg Scotch. Fracassi purchased Boys in the Valley. You know what? I usually take it over ice. There you go. There you go, Mike. My little skull cup. I knew I needed this out for a reason, to celebrate somebody. You're getting a Boys in the Valley. You've been wanting it. Very happy for you, Mike. Cheers. You know. Cheers to you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Mitch, your mom called. You're now late for dinner and most likely grounded. Yeah. Damn right. Don't do it. For every book King puts out, I buy at least 15 books by other authors these days. Jeff is going to read memorials and it's going to blow his mind. You know, that could happen. And I'm an honest enough guy to say, you know what? Chismar wrote a good book. I highly doubt it. To carry your regrets about falling prey to the offer. I got my tote bag. Look, I got my regrets in there. Every single day I look at this bag and think, why did I buy a book to promote Richard Chismar? Why did I do that? Like a moth drawn to flame. Oh, my God. What the hell, Jeff? You just got your old job back and you're already throwing the money away. No wonder producer Jill put down the buying freeze. Dude, do we need to have an intervention? Mitch, call the boys. You're going to have to, yeah. No, I mean, I'm not really seriously in danger of buying a copy of Memorials. I'm going to continue to say on this channel, if you want to troll me, I mean, Jesse Garcia already wins. He wins the troll game. He got me the dinged grab bag. He bought the, Becoming the Boogeyman, got the dinged grab bag and had it sent to me. Brilliant. Chef's kiss. But if you also want to troll me, send me a Richard Chismar book that I will read and review. I'm inviting the trolling, so obviously it's not an accurate troll situation. And you will need an address to send it because I gave out erroneous addresses, and thank God that book is coming back to Eye of Manos. Ugh. I'm always grounded. I know. Well, you never behave. I know, Mitch. That's why you're not the favorite. Buy 1,000 and then return them to throw his numbers off. Oh, I know. It's like, seriously, he is shameless. And there's like a lot of talk. It's funny. If you want to amuse yourself on a Saturday afternoon, or if you're like Kevin and you're a bachelor right now, go over to the fans of Cemetery Dance, they call themselves Friends of Cemetery Dance on Facebook. It's a group that Richard Chismar doesn't even belong to. He was in the group and he left the group because the Friends of Cemetery Dance are not so friendly anymore. And there are a lot of people on there going like, when do I have to start worrying about getting my money back out? People are talking about having trouble getting money back from Cemetery Dance. It's taking longer than normal to get the refunds. It's like, I'm amazed they still exist as an entity. And then they have the balls to do this stuff. Like, you're giving away Cemetery Dance books and bags. And you are like hemorrhaging money and you're looking for all these other avenues to gin up easy money. It's scary. It is scary. Let's be honest. It's just a support group now. I think he tossed me off his list and left that group at the same time. He had a rough day. You know what? He had a rough day. He had a rough time. And Mark, you were there, and he was like, I'm not dealing with this. Bam. I'm not dealing with this. Bam. And then he went golfing or fishing. Oh, I got a Richard Chismar bundle that maybe I'll do as a giveaway. Richard Chismar bundle. Because the books are on my shelf, and it's like giving out radiation, It's like poison in the air. Don't want it. Or playing lacrosse. Old Chiz might have to sell his boat. I know. It's just... Oh, by the way, for the rest of you, Boys in the Valley, the hardcover is back up to $18.99, $19. So the $8.50 deal is gone. And you could, the hardcover is $14.65. So it's still cheaper than $27. So that's still okay. But it ain't $8.50. Oh my God, that was a giveaway. Which is crazy. But it's still available at that. But the paperback, you can pre-order the paperback for $18.99. And I gotta say, it's gonna have a different cover. Let's just say that. And I think the new cover might be amazing. Let's just say that. Cheers to Mike again. Yes. Ardberg, Islay, Scotch, 10-year. Warms you up a little bit. Warms you up. It feels like you're licking Rob Halford's leather pants after a Judas Priest performance. Not that I would have firsthand knowledge of that. If I win, can you donate them for recycling? Chiz did it to himself. Yes, he did. CD just had their gift certificate deal again. Buy them for 50% off. I couldn't delete the email fast enough. I never got that email. I did see that. That's one of those quick, we need a cash infusion thing. What can we sell that really isn't a thing? How about we sell the promise of a thing? Good idea. We're going to sell, you buy $500 worth of gift certificates, you get $1,000 worth of Cemetery Dance bucks. Oh, great. $1,000 that I can never redeem because you're going to roll up the tents because this circus is all clowns and no show. Mike, now you have to get the slipcase. Do I have to? Yes, you do, Mike. Mike. Oh, look at this. Guys, so $8.50 Boys in the Valley. Gone. You're gone. It's out. It's gone. It's now $14.50. But Mike, look at this. You got to protect your boys. You got to protect your boys. It's purple. It's beautiful. Wood, laser engraved. I can't believe any are still available. Look at that. It's like, don't take it to the beach. Put it in a slipcase. See? Oh, beautiful stuff. You get the Philip Fracassi logo. It's a P and an F in one character. Boom. And it's purple. Boys in the Valley, purple. You're going to have to get it. Yes, I know. I have Gothic also. I've asked him to make me a slipcase, and he said he would, but I have to wait for him to have time. So now I have to ask for this one. Did 19th edition sell out of those? Let me see. So let's look together, shall we? So here we are. They got temporary tattoos. So, well, there's a boy. Oh, it is sold out. Boys in the Valley slipcase. Oh, I did not realize. And Gothic too? I did not realize that Gothic sold out. I have not been at the 19th edition website in a long time. So I have not seen what he's been selling. He had to redo the Ka symbol. I think Michael Whalen was really upset that he was doing the Michael Whalen Ka. And so he had to change it up. All right, well, whatever. There it is, Gothic. It is also sold out. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm glad he's going to be able to make you one for Gothic. And now you got to get Boys in the Valley, too. I mean, you just don't have a choice. And did he sell all the ones that he, like, it seemed like they were hanging on for a long time. CD Cash sounds about as reliable as Bitcoin. Less than an hour left to enter the Fracassi Freaks giveaway. Oh, thank you for reminding people. The Fracassi Freaks giveaway hit over 700 members, and there's a giveaway. So should I pull that up? Yeah, I'll pull it up. Do you want to see it? Okay. Well, it's going to take me a minute. I got to go to the Freaks. Okay. All right. Bear with me, Fracassi Freaks. I don't know what's going to show up if I yeah, here it is. Giveaway time. To celebrate the 700 member milestone we want to do a giveaway. The only stipulation here is free Kona shipping, but all international. You have to pay to get it shipped. All you have to do is vote in the poll below. You can vote for both to be entered into both giveaways. Look at that. Boys in the Valley signed. 2 signed copies of Boys in the Valley. So, but people want that Serafina arc. All you have to do is vote. That's all you got to do. Fracassi, you're not a Fracassi freak? Oh my God. That group was born here on this channel. Mitch took and ran with it. So, 101 then, Mike? Lol. Yeah, they are both sold out, but he told me he would make me one, but on a wait list. Yeah. Hey, Mike, I'd buy covers for both. Not that 2 orders of each drives his priority, but maybe it helps. That got the case was tight. Tight. Figuratively and literally. Well, let's have a live look. let's roll around in this chair. Look at that. This is all Fracassi stuff. Let's have a live look at that Gothic. Here it is. Mine was a little bit of a darker wood because the book is dark. And I was digging that. I was loving it. That dark piece of wood because it's all very different. You know, it's not that tight, but if I had Mylar on here, you'd get a forget about it situation. With Mylar, it would be really tight. And, I don't like messing up and scuffing the DJ. So I should have Mylar on it. But in my opinion, I'm never reading this version of Gothic. It's unread. It's, been taken out, inspected, and all that, and stored in this slipcase. And that's it. And then I have my reading copies. But Mike, look at this. Mike, you're going to need this. You're going to need this. You're going to need that view on your shelf. Sitting there, and you're going to be like, I need it. Look at that. Boom, boom. So, yes. Should you pull it up? Get out of here with that. Don't forget tax rant. The California sales taxes you showed in email is just unbelievable. Wait, who did what now? All on their lonesome? Jeff, always forgetting about Joshua. Dude, not cool. I know, I did. Dudes, I wasn't forgetting about him. I think we should learn of the origin of Fracassi Freaks Facebook at the fest. I mean, we will. I mean, it was born here. It was like, Mitch is like, I want to start up a Fracassi Freaks. I'm like, do it. Don't watch this show. And then he did it. He went and started it. So it's not like it was born here. But it was sort of the nucleus. Helped. I'm not forgetting about Joshua. I didn't know you guys. What do you mean? Yeah, of course. Okay. I will say that Mitch brought it up. And then Mitch, Joshua, and Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. made it happen. That's how it happened. So that was and it was all very awesome. And I'm glad it happened. And I think they did a great job. And then they let me be an admin, like nominally. Like, Jeff, you don't have to do anything. But you're an admin because, we feel sorry for you. I'm like, okay, I feel sorry for me. That's fine. I'll be an admin. I'll be the pathetic, that horse that's, going to the glue factory soon. Like they did in all those cartoons. Tax rant. I think the balls are officially busted. Busting my haggins. Busting my haggins. Thomas and Friends and other things get the British kings and queens since William First Tudor. What the hell is this? David says hi to you, Jeffrey. Okay, Thomas and Friends and other things. David says hi to you. This is a conundrum. Now, I haven't felt this way about a chat, a person attending the live since Johnny, my son. Oh, okay. Johnny, I thought was my nephew, but then Johnny's not my nephew. Johnny's Johnny. And so now we got Thomas and Friends and other things. Is David? It's David Melchowski's son. Well, good to see you here. I don't know. I doubt you're old enough to drink, so don't. Maybe pour yourself Pepsi. Cheers. Good to see you, Thomas. Just join Fracassi Freaks. Now go and be in the giveaway. So go do that. My bad. I just told him to stop. No, it's not a bad thing. David, seriously, it's not bad. Family, we're family. You know what? Kids are going to run around, act crazy. We're all parents. Some of us are, I just did too. Well, good. All right, so yes, the tax rant. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but holy shit. This was our good friend Patrick Bishop posted this on the on the Suntup page. He got the Divine Comedy, right? So he paid $895 for the book. Shipping was $24.50 because he's in California and so is Suntup. But then Orange County tax, city tax, county district tax, and then Orange County local tax, SI, and then California state tax. What is all this shit? The California state government had nothing to do with producing this book, and they're taking $82. Just taking it, $82. For what? The joy of what? This is prima nocta right here. This is really getting screwed over by the nobility. What the hell is this? And here's the thing I pointed out, like, the disgusting part of this is that, this was me when I lived in Illinois, a state that never turns down a tax. They just they get like together and they're like, tax. Like they just, it's perverse how much they love taxes. And this is what I did. I bought the book and I paid to ship it. That's all I've ever had to consider when I've done a Suntup purchase, right? So I pointed out to Patrick, like, well, it's not like Gavin Newsom lost $24 billion intended to solve homelessness, or the state of California spent $5 billion on a train that didn't go anywhere. They're using your money for good things. It's really a safe state. There's no crime there, and the infrastructure is there are no problems. In other words, yes, you pay an insane amount of taxes, but they're such good stewards of the money. They put it all to 100% use, and everybody's prospering there. Everybody's safe, and so you pay more, but you feel good about it. Because you're like, they know better what to do with my money than I do. It's such a wonderfully run state. You can't complain. So then Lance points out, hey, you know what? J.B. Pritzker, a billionaire trust fund baby who's never had to work for his prosperity, literally has privilege handed to him, decides, well, in July of last July, they started collecting taxes on these purchases. And look at this. The Illinois state tax is $55. Take that, Gavin. JB's in town, and he's not going to be outdone. And then there's a RTA tax. Regional RTA is like the Metro. It's public transportation. But they get their own tax. $6.71. Holy shit. All of that. So that's my tax rant. I just, this is disgusting. And like I said, if taxes were used, if they were like good stewards of the money and they were like accountable to the taxpayers and really did try to do their best and were public servants in the truest sense of the word, you would say, well, we live in the best country on the planet. I'm going to support it and do it for the team, and we're all doing great. And so I'm thriving, my family's thriving, and I want everybody to do well, and these people are going to make sure it happens. If that was the case, no one would complain. No one. Not me. But, oh my God. I'm glad I left. So I haven't bought Suntup in a while, but the last few have been from Tennessee, and that plague virus hasn't gotten here yet. I don't hold out hope that it will stay away, but right now I can buy a Suntup book and just pay for the Suntup book and the shipping. Really, it's like I'm paying for the services rendered and not like somebody just like stealing a little money from the transaction, like plucking it out of thin air to give it to whoever their buddies are. That's yeah. That same thing happened for me ordering from Dragonsteel's Kickstarter. Since they're based in Utah, I get charged more taxes. Yuck. Yeah, it used to be if you're in the same state, you don't avoid those online taxes. But if the company's in a different state than the purchaser, you somehow fall through a loophole. But they tighten those loopholes up pretty quick. They find a way. Where's the fund Governor Newsom re-election campaign tax? Yeah, it's amazing. And then you got Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, using $30,000 of his campaign money for hair and makeup, while like people are literally shooting each other to death every weekend. But he looks good. He does that. He bites his lower lip every time he's on camera. Thanks for joining, folks. I love to see it. Hopefully, I'll see you at Fracassi Fest. Please show up. Stephen Dwayne Ellison Jr. Don't get me started on taxes. We're getting ready to sell our house that we've owned for 19 years in a hot market. Seattle's a hot market, really? And are looking at a whopping 20% federal capital gains tax and a Washington real estate tax. Well, the capital gains tax is, that's a federal thing. You're not getting away from that. But are you selling? The only way you're paying a capital gains is if you're not buying another property, and if you're just taking all that money. But if you're selling and buying another property, I think you avoid that. Am I wrong, Jill? You can avoid the capital gains tax by buying another house. Yeah. So I don't know what you're doing, Ron, but it sounds like you're change of plans. You're not buying another house. Maybe you're consolidating homes. You're going to pay. It's a capital gains tax. How dare you make money? Tennessee is $0. I know. For now, David, for now. People like me move here and ruin it. Not me. Not me personally. You're supposed to pay sales tax on these in New York as well, but I've never paid one yet. Interesting. Didn't you hear fine books are only for wealthy elites? Right. And I will say, you can make that argument. What are you buying a $900 book for if you're starving? But really, why am I buying a $900? It's none of your business why I'm buying a $900 book. It's my finances. Maybe I saved up every goddamn penny from a paper route when I was 13 years old, and it finally accrued to $900, and this is what I wanted to buy, and it's like my one special treat, and you're still going to take $55 out of it, or add $55 to it. I read that California is now considering charging drivers per mile they drive now, so that they've lost so much in taxes via gasoline. Yeah, with everyone converting to electric. Well, that's the thing. In Illinois, the Cook County was going to tax soda, sugary beverage tax, they were calling it. The sugar beverage tax, and they were proposing it, and it got voted, and they were about to implement it. And the reason why they were doing it is because the parasite killed the tobacco tax. The parasite was feeding off of the cigarette tax to an extent that made taxes that made cigarettes laughably expensive, so nobody was buying them. People in bordering counties would just go into the other county and buy their cigarettes. And trust me, cigarettes are awful. I don't think anybody should smoke. It's the stupidest thing in the world. But the politicians had that golden goose, man, and then they killed it. So all right, what other vice can we tax in the name of health? So they're like soda. So they're going after pop. And unfortunately, there was an election year that year, and people were outraged. They're like, I'm not doing this. We're not going to do this anymore. And so they rescinded it, and they called it off. And they're like, we're not going to do that anymore. So that's what they do. They they suck the blood out of something, then they move to something else, and then they find a way to justify it. And when you push everybody to electric, you're going to get a less revenue in other areas. And they're subsidizing electric, so that's money they're actually spending and getting nothing back on. So yeah, they're gonna do a road usage thing. It's amazing how creative they can be. They can't solve problems, but they can be creative on how they get their money. No, they exclude the first 500K only. Oh, I see. So you're way over. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. Books should be tax exempt. Yes, they should. Anything I like should be tax exempt. For sure. Because I have no kids and or soul. Plus, it's not drugs. Yes. Tax the drugs. Did you pay the paper route tax? Sorry, $250 if you're single and $500 for married couples. Okay. Poor Mitch's baby brain isn't going to understand any of this. Mine sure doesn't. It's hard. And they make it hard for a reason. Like, if they're not going to make taxes easy. Why do you think they come out of your paycheck automatically? It's hidden. So you're like, hey, I got paid $500 this week at my job. Well, you actually got paid $800. But there was, FICA, your medical insurance, and taxes, and Social Security, and all that stuff is taken out. So you're not feeling it. Now, if you said, here's your check, it's $800, but you owe $300 to these people, now write a check, you would feel it every time. And you'd be like, oh my God, how many checks do I have to write? I have to think about these things. I'm not making what I think I'm making. I'm making far less, but because I have to pay all this shit. And then you see trust fund baby Pritzker sitting there lecturing you. You're scraping together a life, and this pile of shit is lecturing you on your responsibility to the greater good. And it looks like he's eaten a great amount of the greater good. And he's going to lecture you because he was born to the right family. JB the Hutt. No doubt. Mark, correct. I'm married we have the first 500K excluded. So you're making bank on it, and they're going to you're going to get a haircut. Wow, I didn't realize there was a limit on that. I did not know. I thought it was you just roll it into a new house. But if you make too much money, wow. The drugs are a completely different conversation. Drugs, you know what? Drugs. Tax rant. I feel alive. Do you feel seen? It's disgusting. Like I said, if things were run very well, no, I'm saying if, it's never going to be the case. These people are going to make the money. Every dime you pay to the taxes, they use to leverage power from some other group. Why do you think Joe Biden is canceling student loans? You got a plumber out there scraping together his money so he could pay off some Yale students' loans? No. He's buying votes. I'm taking this tax money that's not mine and buying my influence from other people. And that should just boil your blood. Because Ron stayed in his house for 19 years and made good investments and all that, he's got to pay. It doesn't make sense. It's who is the one calling balls and strikes on people's decisions? Like I I don't mean to, I'm not going to get a whole William Wallace thing going here. I'm not, if you're here for that, like, I'm a coward, so like, but holy shit, does that piss me off. Ugh. Meanwhile, higher education endowments are 100% tax-free, but tuition goes up 60%. Harvard has a 3.5, or is it 35 billion tax-free investment fund endowment? I mean, Harvard, you can't have a profit, but you can have a huge endowment. Since I've never even paid $500,000 for a house, I wouldn't really have to worry about it. And that's how they get people, right? Like, I don't worry. This is out of my league. But then what happens if you've just done the right things? I mean, it's not like you have to be a captain of industry anymore. You just have to be moderately successful or stable or whatever it is. And you just, it's, why punish, whatever. That really tells you something when you see celebrities post their house at a loss. No, drugs are bad for you, not for me. Do as I say, not as I do. Jeff, if you roll in a new house, there is no tax. Yeah, that's what I thought, but it sounds like there is a penalty at a certain point. After $500,000, you're taking a haircut on that money, no matter if you roll it into a house or not. It's capital gains, but if you roll it into a cheaper house, I think that is something that you take a haircut on. I think. Mark, not correct. See, yeah, it's a certain threshold that you then now are after $500K. And to think the American Revolution was over some tea. Tea. Hey, how about some good news? There's a summer bundle if anybody's interested. I don't know how many are left in stock. I'll do a live refresh. There were 17 in stock. How many are there now? It says only 17 left in stock. It is a summer bundle from Midworld Press. You get In the Valley of the Sun, The Last Watch, and The Pale Blue Eye for the low price of $1.50. That's at Midworld. The exclusion disappears if you don't roll it into a new home. 50% off a few titles at Subterranean. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, Mark's talking about you can roll it. So wrong. You could roll the money into a new house, use the 121 home sale exclusion, and defer the gain until later. Yeah, you could do some trickery. I mean, they probably don't make it easy or fun. It's not going to be fun or easy. But look, Subpress had like 3 books on sale. I believe it was some of the same selections as before. Really? Well, let me pop over. Oh, shoot. Was it in the newsletter? I could pull that up. Oh, I'm at time. I didn't even realize I was at time. I bet you I'm missing it. Maybe I deleted it. You know, I do a quick delete now on my good friends at Subpress. Sometimes way too fast. There was a Innkeeper thing, Vistas of Carrion. Oh, okay. We offer many of our books in advance on NetGalley for early review. Check out some praise. Oh, so that's that. Oh, okay. All right. I'll pull it up here. So you got, We've hit a lull in our shipping schedule with a large number of sub-press titles due soon and other publishers' books as well. We're offering 25 copies only of each of these titles and editions below at 50% off. You got Logical Fantasy by John Wyndham, The Ministry for the Future by Kim Stanley Robinson, and Bradbury Weather by Caitlin Kiernan. Those 3 titles. I have no wonder I glossed over them. I wasn't interested. And they still have the half-off trade, so Bradbury Weather is still available. Yeah, that's the thing. I did have it in the newsletter, and I just didn't care about it. All right, my friends. Finance Now with Jeff has been great. See you all next week when he discusses the best way to roll over your 401k. Oh yeah, you got to join my class. It's $997, and Yeah, the best thing is to not have a 401k. Do you want to? We can talk about it. Never mind. Take it easy. I'm going to be getting going soon. Is it me, or does Sub Press seem to be printing a lot of books this year? They have a lot. They always have a lot, and a lot of titles that I don't really care about. And you would think with that volume they would reduce prices, but instead they raise prices and reduce quality. Time to go, Mark. Have a great week. Wish me luck. It's going to be 100 degrees Thursday, and my band is... Oh, stay hydrated. Stay away from the brews. Stay away from the beer. Stay hydrated, Mark. Stay safe. Yeah, it's going to be a scorcher this week. But if we pay enough climate tax, we'll straighten the weather out. For sure. Take it easy. Yeah, sunscreen. Oh, my God. Don't melt. Good night. See you all next time. Take it easy. Take it easy. Upstate New York, and he's going to melt. Take it easy, everyone. Take it easy. I'm going to go. I didn't plan on really doing a whole full tax thing, but, we all got to be reasonable people. This stuff is outrageous. It's just... There's just too much for people to bear. With inflation and everything, it's too many struggling families. And I admit, I've had it good so far. So, anyway, cheers to everyone. Night all. As always, thanks for hosting. No problem. Next week, can we have a tax-free live stream? We can have a tax-free. I won't charge you taxes. I'll be safe. I'll be okay. It's early. Mitch should do giveaway here. Oh. No, he has to do it on the thing. He has to. Have a good night. Beer's tall. Beer's tall? Good night. Beer's tall. Beer's talk? Holy shit, that was supposed to say cheers, y'all. Mitch! All right, well, good night. Take it easy, Russell. Good night, everyone. I think Mitch has had too much beers, so... Thank you for being here. I'll see you all next Monday.